So far, pretty much anything in gaming over the past month and a half went up by a minimum 2x. Almost every single thing in the market that has to do with gaming went up by 2x. Great, bull run didn't start yet. So I was thinking, if we combine a top 5 list of coins as well as a thought process that you can repeat across the entire coins that are available that is fully gaming focused, this is what I would pick. So I'm going to show you 5 coins, but first let me explain the underlying philosophy in Paint. Market goes up, right? We are all happy. When market goes up, all the money that is up there floods into all the other projects that are outside of the top 50, top 100. Which means, while Bitcoin might go up by 2x, everything else might go up by 10x. So let me explain. The bottom layer is always going to be something that is the underlying infrastructure of everything else that is built on top. While some things in this category might be at $1 billion valuation already when it comes to market cap, it is the safest bet for the upcoming bull run. Then we pick something that is built on said infrastructure, and lastly we pick something that has to do with both in a specific niche. So we talk about coins that are like at $20 million market cap and less. And to make it simple, I would start with ImmutableX. In case you never used crypto gaming or sold any NFTs, whether in-game items or pictures of monkeys last bull run, then ImmutableX might be new to you. What ImmutableX does is it's a layer 2 solution for ETH, which sounds like a bunch of nonsense, but in short, it's a marketplace where you can buy and sell things and there are no gas fees. If I sell something to you on eBay, I pay like 10% in fees. If I sell something to you in person, there are no fees. That's kind of that. Anything that has to do with gaming and that is based on Ethereum or Polygon, and maybe other chains, but mostly Ethereum, tends to be sold on ImmutableX. The marketplace for Illuvium is on ImmutableX. I, for example, bought a land in Illuvium before, for which I had to put ETH on ImmutableX, then buy it and sell it without gas fees. And for using the site, you can check imbalances, you even get rewarded with their token. So simply by buying and selling something that I wanted to buy and sell anyways, I got 192 IMX tokens in my wallet on here. So while OpenSea takes a cut of your earnings, IMX gives you a cut of your earnings. And anything that has to do with gaming on Ethereum is most likely going to be based on ImmutableX. Second step with the foundation, something where you can get all the gaming coins early on. And for that we got Seedify. Went up from 70 cents to 242. Last bull run the market cap was at 350 million, and that is without a gaming narrative. Meaning this time there's a good chance that the launchpad that has to do with gaming, that had all this time and money to develop the infrastructure more and more, is going to do quite well. If you check out the performance for all the other launchpads in here, and you can see for yourself which one is on top. Now what is a launchpad? What is an IDO, an initial DEX offering? Simply put, company has a coin. They want to sell the coin, make it public, have marketing for that, all of that. They can just launch it and, I don't know, pay for ads on Twitter, or they can have a private round where people that join one of those launchpads can buy the coin up early in multiple, usually seed rounds or private sale rounds, where the token price goes, let's say, from 2 cents to 3 to 4, and then at some point it officially launches so everybody else can buy it. But using launchpads, you can find any type of gaming coin quite early that is featured on those sites. So if we think about the whole gaming, AI, Web3, all of that, we always put our money into coins, but the coins have to come from somewhere. The system that they also had available last run is, depending on the amount of tokens that you have, you're categorized in different tiers, which you can then stake or farm, so you get guaranteed allocation. And if you check the price history for all the tokens up there, it's pretty much a guarantee that they do a 2x based on the price they're sold on Seedify compared to when they launch, but some of them easily 20 or 30x, and sometimes even more than 100x. And looking at the performance from all the tokens that launched on Seedify, you can see the highest one did almost a 700x, and even the lowest ones, they all did minimum a 2x, with the average I would say the medium being around 10x, if not higher with all of those over here. So getting in early works quite well. Now with that being said, we got the launchpad, we got the infrastructure for the marketplace. Last thing we need is to pick a chain. Last bull run it was Cardano, and this time it potentially could be Avalanche. Avalanche because there are a couple games that were hyped quite a lot over the past month, like Shrapnel and the other one and another one, they're all on Avalanche. Plus, with $7.5 billion right now, the price is not going to fluctuate that much. 2.5–3 years ago when we picked Solana in the beginning, Solana was at about $1 or $2 and went up to 260. Avalanche right now is still a 4 to 5x from the all-time high. And if we keep gaming in mind, there's a good chance that this one is one of the chains that will be used a lot more than usual in this bull run. They also got this entire page and community for gaming on Avalanche, where they show you not just the different titles, but also give you a bunch of good reasons why this might be a good selection for a token. And this again comes back to what I said in the beginning. If we just put money to Avalanche, and one of the games performs insanely well, like Axie Infinity last run, then the entire thing goes up. And if one of the games doesn't perform well, it doesn't really matter. But If all we do is buy gaming tokens, let's say all we do is we buy Shrapnel, and the game doesn't perform that well, the token is gonna go down. So depending on your risk factor, pick one of the pictures on screen, or just take the entire ecosystem. What we look at is a beautiful flower that might die, or a beautiful garden where new stuff grows day and night. I like the analogy, keep that in mind. Next up would be anything specific, and my specific niche for this run is going to be anything that has to do with gaming and nodes. Doesn't have to be Maria, this is just one of the examples. It could be Delysium. It could be Playable. This over the past month went up by over 10x, so from a $4 million market cap to 44. And what all these coins have in common is that they sell a node underneath. All a node does is you give them money, and in exchange, you constantly, until the end of time, receive a certain amount of tokens every single day. They have a pool of daily tokens that gets distributed to all the node holders. So if they distribute, let's say, 50 tokens a day, and there are 3 node holders, everybody gets about 17. And with the price going up, this can be quite profitable. Personally, for all the ones that I showed you here, I have nodes for all of them. 1 for Playable and Maria, I wish I had more, and 2 for Delysium. Now just right now, my Playable node gives me about $9.50 a day, and Maria gives me $16 to $17. The more nodes are sold, the higher the price goes, but if you have a gaming focused token anyways, for which you can then buy a node, then you not just accumulate all the tokens now, which you can then sell for 5, 10, 20x once the gaming bull run is at its all-time high. But you also don't have to do anything ever after you buy it and set it up once, and then you constantly get tokens. And what I learned from last bull run is, it's nice to make some money here and there, but if all you do is you buy a token, it goes up, and then you don't know what to do with the money, then there's a good chance that you either waste it or don't know how to allocate it correctly, and then the price goes down again. Even if one of the nodes goes down, even if you only get like $50 a month from a node, that means your internet and your water for the month is free. And that's what I try to focus on. Get the stuff that is long term, like 5, 10 years and longer, but build a portfolio that is not just focused on single projects, but everything in the background that keeps the project up. Hope that makes sense. Get any of them if you want to, links down below. And then, and I guess this one is a pretty good pick based on what it does right now, is anything that has to do with gaming and gambling combined. Here's why. Why this one? Out of all the possible gaming tokens and gambling tokens, why this one? In the video a day or 2 ago, if you saw it already, I looked into Alex Becker's wallet. I noticed in his wallet there's a new token that he bought. That one right there. So, me being big brain, thinking, okay, that guy has a bunch of influence, he can drive the token price up a lot, usually by like 40 to 50 million if he mentions them, because everybody else just throws money in them. If I find his wallet, which I did over 2 years ago, and simply buy the same things that he does, and then he talks about them in a video, then everything goes up. He likes anything that has to do with gambling. He bought this token a couple days ago, around the 2-cent mark, so now it's up 75%, and he didn't even make a video about that yet. I just saw he made a tweet about it, so I was right. He bought this about 4 days ago, and you can see within those 10, 15, 20 minutes, you know, this goes up by quite a lot. Which now means sell half, so I cash out, full return on investment, and leave the rest in there. So anything that has to do with gambling that is in Alex Becker's wallet, check out the last video, so you can see exactly what he buys. That's my idea for that. Also, I gotta sell this token real quick before it dumps. Links to everything in the description down below, and until next time, take care.